What's going on, crew? The Voyage continues with One Piece 1108, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to join the council and become a part of the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right, everybody, welcome back for another week of One Piece. As always, I hope everybody is doing super fantastic. So for this week, we got the 1108 review, and we're also going to start this week off with a little bit of One Piece news, everybody. So the One Piece TV anime is celebrating their 25-year anniversary, everybody, and the festivities are in full swing. So starting now from June 10th to the 14th, if I'm not mistaken on those dates, the One Piece anime will be taking over the Las Vegas Sphere, and we do have those new visuals as well. I'll make sure to share. I'll be sure to make sure to share those visuals with you guys throughout the video, as well as Toei released a 25-year One Piece special promo on their official YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and check that out as well. And also, speaking of YouTube, there has also been the official release of the English One Piece YouTube channel, everybody. So they want this, of course, just like all the other One Piece YouTube channels, they want this to be an official source, for news and special announcements and special promo videos and things of that nature, everybody. So, go over, make sure you subscribe to the official One Piece English channel, everybody. So, you make sure you stay up to date on everything about One Piece. But with all that being said, everybody, let's just hop straight into this review. Well, actually, nope, I almost forgot, everybody. Before we hop into the review, due to the 25-year anniversary, everybody, the question of the week is, when did you start watching One Piece? I almost completely skipped over this. So yes, for me, I started One Piece back when I was middle school. Like, One Piece was one of the very first animes that I started watching. Like, this is, when I was just discovering Dragon Ball and Naruto and all that stuff, right? So One Piece was definitely one of my first animes that I started watching, and ever since I started watching it, I just fell in love with it, and it's been my favorite ever since. I'm actually in the middle of a rewatch now because it was so young. I was so young when I first started watching it. I'm in Dressrosa now. I might actually do some little mini reviews. I haven't been watching my rewatch hasn't been that extensive and I'm that focused on it. It's just every now and then when I don't have anything else to watch, I'll go back to that. But I might have to start back it up because I might do some mini reviews from those, on the earlier pre-time skip arcs and stuff of that nature. But yeah, I started back in the middle school and everything like that, and it just it's been my favorite anime ever since. So everybody, once again, for the question of the week, when did you start watching One Piece, everybody, for the 25th anniversary special? But all right, let's get on into the review. The Seraphim are not messing around anymore as they begin another assault on the Straw Hats and Dr. Vegapunk. At the current moment, the Jinbei Seraphim is unaccounted for, but in one part of the lab, we have the Boa Seraphim, who has begun to attack Lilith and her group, and at HQ, we have the Mihawk and Kuma Seraphim, who is attacking Luffy's group. But this time there seems to be a little bit of extra animosity involved as the Seraphim attempt to assassinate both Lucci and Kaku while they are still tied up. Also, in a not so shocking turn of events, as Shaka is unable to give the Seraphim orders, he comes to the realization that the situation they are in is a little too coincidental and that one of the Vegapunks has betrayed everyone and they want to kill everyone in the lab. Which one of the Vegapunks is the traitor? Already, at least for me, there was a ton of confusion in this episode, right? Because though I don't doubt that there is a traitor, as Shaka mentioned, right? What the part that confuses me is the whole hierarchy of the orders for the Seraphim, right? If they all have the same order rank, right, shouldn't they be able, and I'm speaking about the Vegapunks here, shouldn't they be able to overwrite each other's orders? Or unless it works because they have the same level of authority, they can't overwrite each other's orders. So for example, if Shaka gives one of the Seraphims an order, Lilith can't come and overwrite that order because technically they have the same level of authority. So I guess at that point they just listen to whoever one gave them the order first. But still, it kind of, I don't know, you would think they would account for that, but then at the same time, I guess they didn't, they wouldn't think, one of them would betray them like this, though. I don't know, I just thought that was weird, right? Because I'm already throwing Saint J Garcia out the window. I don't think it was him that did this because, as I mentioned in the last review, I just would feel like that his, interest to Egghead Island and everything will be a little bit more of a grand interest. I don't feel like Oda will let him just, sneak onto the island. I'll be hella surprised, that was the case on how, this man just magically sneaks onto the island and is able to give the Seraphim order. I don't even think that's the case, right? Because, as far as we know, they're not even here yet, right? So throwing Saint J Garcia out, out the window. So it has to be one of the Vegapunks. It's just like, like I mentioned earlier, it's just a little bit confusing to me how the level of authority works. If they have the same level of authority in order to control the Seraphim, you would think that, they would be able to, like I said earlier, just mentioned, they would be able to override each other's orders. But in one, I guess, looking at it another way, maybe because since they have, the same authority, they're not able to override each other's orders. That's kind of weird though. Nonetheless, another weird aspect of this whole situation as well was, they was trying to take out CP0, when in Lucci and Kaku, right? Now that could just be the case, they was ordered to eliminate everybody, and they see Lucci and Kaku tied up, right? They're easy picking, so why not just go ahead and take him out, right? And so maybe they're not specifically targeting CP0. I don't think they will be specifically targeted, right? Because the government sent them here. There's that whole situation with the government employees going missing and everything. Well, could it be related to that if they were being targeted by the Seraphim? Like if this target was, if this attack was strictly to get rid of CP0, could it be connected to that whole situation where we got the other Navy soldiers trapped, with Dr. Vegapunk right now? We're gonna get to that a little bit later. It could be connected to that, so that'll be interesting to see. First thing that come to mind is, the orders that they were given was just to, more than likely kill everybody. And because Lucci and Kaku are tied up, they were just easy pickers. I don't think necessarily they were, specifically told to, hey, go target them boys, get them on out of there. Oh man. But yeah, but that's interesting. And also, before I forget, I love the reveal of the Darkside fruit for the Mihawk Seraphim, right? This whole entire time, as we learned that the Mihawk Seraphims, not the Mihawk Seraphim, as we learned that the Seraphims could use their fruit powers and all that stuff, I was wondering, I was like, damn, okay, Jinbei got the Jinbei Seraphim got a different fruit. I was wondering, it does the Mihawk Seraphim get one as well? That'll be so cool. And what better, just like how well, I guess still technically older, but just like how Vegapunk did for the Jinbei Seraphim, for the Mihawk Seraphim, this man gave him the perfect devil fruit. The perfect devil fruit. This man gives a blade master the ability to turn his body into blades. Nothing, can't explain anything better. Cannot for X for anything better. I'm just loving it. Egghead has been a full blast of nostalgia from the past here, and I'm loving every single moment of it, right? Egghead has been off to a phenomenal start. Well, I guess at this point, it's not a start, but Egghead has been going great, man. Egghead is amazing. But yeah, so as I mentioned earlier in our rundown, though, the only other Seraphim that is missing is the Jinbei Seraphim. So maybe he's gone off to attack, one of the other groups. We split off to like 4 or 5 different groups, right? So he's probably off attacking one of the other groups. Now that the whole situation with the Seraphim is going on, I wonder, because I mentioned this when we first got introduced to the Seraphim, right? Is there more than just these 4? When we got first introduced to the Seraphim, there was all these doors around in that one laboratory room, right, where when the crew first went into the lab, they were surrounded by all these doors with by all the number doors. There we go. And the Jinbei Seraphim, there we go, because that who attacked them at the beginning had came out of one of them. So there might be even more Seraphim just hiding in the background waiting to come out and wreak havoc. Well, specifically more Seraphim based on the warlords, right? Because there was 7 warlords. We only see 4 of the Seraphim versions of the warlords. We know that there's plenty of the Kuma Seraphims running around out there, plenty of the Kuma bots, but the Kuma pacifisms. I think I gotta double check that, because I don't think the Kuma pacifists that Sentomaru activated, I don't think they actually were Seraphim, because I don't think they had the wings. I'm gonna have to go back and double check that. But if I'm not mistaken, the Kumas that Sentomaru actually set out into the world, I think they're just the regular upgraded versions of the pacifists, the pacifist mark 3s, if you will. But yeah, I mean, Egghead is shaping up to be a fantastic time. I can't wait for the next episode. I'm sad that 1109 is gonna be a recap episode, but you guys already know how that goes. Normally, when we get a recap episode, that means the next episode is gonna be fire. So already, I'm thinking that we're gonna be getting the Zoro versus Mihawk Seraphim fight next episode. I can only hope. Hopefully that is what we get next episode, not in the 1109, because that's the recap episode, but the 1110 episode, right? Hopefully that one is the Mihawk versus Zoro episode that we all been waiting on here. But nonetheless, everybody, that's all I have for this topic. Let's head on to the next section. Finally, in this episode, we get an update on Dr. Vegapunk's current situation since he has disappeared, and things are not looking good. Dr. Vegapunk is being imprisoned in an unknown location on Egghead alongside CP5, 7, and 8. Unfortunately, it seems Lucci was telling the truth about the missing Navy soldiers, but things don't stop getting worse there, as we get reports that currently there are over 100 Navy vessels that are heading to Egghead currently. With the danger approaching the island, Sentomaru gets a feeling of impending doom and he warns the scientists to get off the island, as an event more horrible than the Ohara incident may occur on the island. Just go ahead and say this right here. With this many Navy vessels coming at Egghead, everybody, you can smell the Buster Call coming. I mean, it don't get no worse than this. You can smell the Buster Call coming, right? And then, so also, this leads me into my favorite scene for 1108, everybody, and it was the scene where, as Sentomaru is, pleading with all the scientists and everything to get off, and everyone to get off the island, right? There's that small scene where you see Ohara and then Egghead at the same time, like it's flashing back and forth between Ohara and Egghead, and then at one point, you see Ohara burning, and then it goes back to Egghead and things of that nature, right? The reason why I love that, because at first it made me feel like that they was trying to say, Egghead is basically just Ohara, right? It's just Vegapunk just went and built up this island, but I don't think that's the case. I think it was more of a the foreshadowing of there's gonna be a major disaster like that happening to Egghead. But the whole thing with him saying that an event worse than the Ohara incident may occur, I don't see that happening, as we all know what happened on Ohara, right? They just got hit with a Buster Call, and from the seams of it, looks like Egghead might be hit with a Buster Call as well. So two same things, maybe one just might be a little bit bigger. The only way I can really see this being worse than the Ohara incident is that if our boy Imu pulls up, he takes out Egghead, kind of like how he did Lucia, right? I think that's the name of that place. That's the only way I really seeing this being worse than the Ohara incident, because I mean, like I said before, they're just both two Buster Calls, right? They're kind of equivalent with with each other, right? But it's still horrible, right? Nobody wants to be Buster Call. It's still one of the worst things that can happen to your island in the One Piece verse, right? Completely wiping it off the face of the map regardless, right? So, but like I said, I just thought that was odd, and I don't think, like I said, the only way I really can foresee this whole situation getting a little bit worse is if Imu comes to do that attack, how he did to clear out Blue Lucia out the way. But more confusion though, right? Because I already talked about my prior confusion with the Vegapunks and how the hierarchy of their authority and stuff, right? That works, right? What's even more confusing me now is that if the true goal was to kill Dr. Vegapunk, why take the time to sit here and imprison him, right? Why not just outright kill him? Once you found them, why take the time to go in and imprison him? It just doesn't make sense to me. So, that got me thinking, maybe they're keeping him alive because maybe if you kill the real Dr. Vegapunk, the satellites will die. They never explain, how that works, right? Like if something happens to the real Dr. Vegapunk, do the satellites continue to live? Like, do they keep going? Like, for theoretically, if the real Dr. Vegapunk was to die, does that automatically kill all the satellites as well? Because Dr. Vegapunk is the main person, right? They never really explain that. So maybe that could be a reason why they left him alive. I'm not sure. Like I said, it just really confuses me, right? If the main point is to kill this man, take him out the game, why go through all this trouble of, you know, capturing them and imprisoning them and, you know, just keeping them hidden and whatnot and things of that nature? Why not just, like I said, you know, why not just go ahead and take him on out? It just doesn't make sense to me. That, you know, I was just a little confused about that. But also another thing I also just thought about, right? If it truly is, you know, that one of the Dr. Fake Buns who has betrayed everybody, right? Then that means that they have found a way to upload their, you know, their mind or their experiences, right? To Punk Records. Well, not that. Well, they figure out how to exclude from uploading everything, you know, all their experience and everything to, you know, the Punk Records on a daily basis, right? Because, you know, we learned early on in Egghead that all the satellites on a daily basis record their experience to, you know, Punk Records. So now this means they found a way to not record, you know, not send everything to Punk Records, right? Because if that, you know, gets there, then, you know, they get exposed that they're trying to that they're going to betray them. So this makes me think that this is one of the smart ones. So I guess if I had to put my suspicions on one of them, definitely Shaka is one. And I hate to say this other one because this was my favorite, you know, one of my favorite Vegapunks, but Edison as well. You know, he seems like the other thinker of the group, right? But Edison just seems so cute and pure. I would hope that he is not the traitor, man. Oh, that would break my heart if Edison is a traitor. No. Oh no. No, it can't be Edison. No, I'm saying it right now. It's not Edison. But though I think, like I said, it kind of makes me, with the whole situation that's going on, it makes me think that it's one of the more smarter Vegapunks. But not to say that they all aren't smart, right? If they're all Vegapunks, then they all would have to be smart in some way, right? Because, you know, they're all sharing the smartest brain in the world. So you would think that all of them will have some type of intelligence to some degree, right? So once again, hopefully it is not Edison. But yeah, that whole situation just confused me as well. Well, yeah, that whole situation right there was interesting to me, and I just thought about that as well. You know, the fact that they also figured out a way to not upload their entire experience to the Punk Records, right? Just crazy. To end out this discussion, everybody, we got our weekly count on how many episodes it's gonna take Kuma to get up the wall, everybody, and now we're at a total of 7 episodes of Kuma climbing the red line. And Kuma, I'm gonna need you to kick it in high gear. All right, I'm gonna need you to get there by episode 12. We got this agenda we're trying to push that Egghead has great pacing, and you fucking it up right now. All right, work with me, okay? Work with me. But nonetheless, everybody, that was all I had for this week. So I just want to remind everybody that we're not gonna review recap episodes, right? No, there's no point in doing recap episodes. So you won't see me back next week for the 1109 review. So I will see you guys the week after that for the 1110 review, everybody. Damn, the time is just flying by with these Egghead episodes. So yeah, we'll see you all again for the 1110 episode, and I might have a little surprise for you guys for the episode as well if I can get it ready in time. I don't want to spoil anything, but nonetheless, everybody, thank you all for joining me for another week, and I will see you all for the 1110 review, everybody. Peace.